Welcome back to Thronebreaker. We are still a couple episodes away from finishing, I would guess. I think I'm gonna head up to these two little encampments before heading down to this castle here. And my hope is that this episode we can cross this bridge. Maybe next episode do most or all of this stuff before heading into the final battle here. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I missed pick up. New markers added. Alright. I'm gonna fight against some... Oh, it's a werewolf. Mass grave. The Lyrian army approached Lindehem. Lindehem? The village Sergeant Niedemir called home. Oh, who Sergeant Niedemir is. He was eager to hold his family in loving embrace, recount his adventures, introduce his wife to the queen, yet the chimneys spewed no smoke. No light flickered through closed shutters. And a bit further beyond the village, a deep, dark pit. What did it hold, you ask? Ha! You clearly aren't familiar with war. Alright, so what do we got here? Werewolf Pack Leader. Cursed. Every 2 turns on turn start, alternate between 2 abilities. Deal damage a random enemy by the number of your allies. Heal all of your units. Whoa. That seems pretty strong. Alright. Did say this was a standard battle, so let's get you out of here. You out of here. 3 drummers. That's pretty good. I don't want Reynard yet. Do want one of them. Maybe I want a mulligan A drummer. Not really sure what these guys do. I would like to have another adept. Ooh, Arnholf. Okay. My turn? I don't want it to be my turn. Why's it gotta be my turn? Okay,
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
let's do... Herbalists. What does the fact that it's cursed actually do? I guess it must just be like a keyword that like, interacts with certain things. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and set fire to his face. Decoy. Oh, it doesn't activate the deploy ability. Well, that's nice. Those wolves will go down pretty fast.
I smell a leak.
Okay, so do I want to fight for this round? I'm down to 7 cards, so I don't need to burn through any cards. I don't think I do. Let's mulligan an Arbalest. Bomber, okay. Resilience. No, we don't like that. How many more bombers do I have? I think I have 1 more. I do have another play of decoy if I want it, so
You mad? Don't shake that!
fine to use them both here. Is that what I want to do? As opposed to... Well, then I have a guaranteed bomber in hand, so yeah, I'll do that.
What the hell, mate? He's got a pot turned over.
Man, that's a lot of resilience. Holy crap.
This could hurt.
It's actually pretty good play by the AI. Like, get like some value cards out in the first round, get me to pass, then play a bunch of resilience cards in the second round where I have to like deal with them. It's pretty effective. Alright, so Arnholf not looking so valuable here. Neither is Isbel. If I could just get a little bit of damage down, more than I have, I could Daverine all these guys, because they're strengthening, so all I have to do is like deal 1 damage past their armor. Which could happen if I go like 4 and 4 on these 2 guys, and then maybe play the 1 Arbalest. Arbalest will do 4 damage. So potentially Meave's ability can... Yeah, I think it's worth a shot. There we go. Alright, yeah, this'll do it. Oh, wait, I don't... Need to play both of them? Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Give me a target.
I mean, I definitely want to remove them because they're resilience, so get out of here. Let's just put down Arnholf first, so we can start chipping. Calm down. Has he ever used heal all of your units? I don't know that he has. Alright, so we do have another bomber that we can summon. I assume that the wolf summons will just come down on his row regardless of whether he wants them to or not.
Watch your heads!
Even though they'll play everything else in the front row, it'll take a little while to get to that other bomber. It's fine. Alright, I definitely want to be chipping the guy who's not...
Again and again and again.
In the fire. Ooh. This guy could have died. Alright, let's get another drummer down.
Army's a waste of time for one like
Let's
me.
go ahead and use this guy. Adept? Not really what I'm looking for. I I've got enough drummer calls, I'm not super worried about it though. Like, I mean, so long as I pull Reynard, I'm fine. It's not a guarantee at this point. I've only got 2 more. I have added more Arbalists already. Yeah, maybe I do need to just add more drummers. In which case, I'm going to spread out a little bit more here.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Alright, Arnholf. We could kill this thing, but... Well, actually, that makes some sense, because it still has that deployability. Yeah, just get it out of here. Hey!
Arbalist to your command.
That's just so rude. That's so incredibly rude. That's one of my Arbalists. Weird cat. Okay, I mean, I guess it makes a certain sort of sense.
Left, right, left, right.
Alright, we got Reynard, so we're pretty good to go here.
Discipline shall bring us victory.
Well, I should have used Arnholf, as it turns out. Well, I can't pull Reynard again, so I guess I might as well use this guy. Arbalist and the drummer. It's gonna be 6 damage. Just do that to this guy, I guess.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Let's go ahead and do one more. Okay, we got the bomber. Excellent.
Catch!
And we can do 7 damage. It's overkill on this guy.
One gold.
Do I want to set Neve up? Yeah, I think I do. Well, of course, they might finish this guy off, but... Oh yeah, hell, here we go. Arnholf. Let's do that guy. And Arnholf. The Arnholf Reynard combo is so good. Should I pull with this guy in case they... Yeah, I probably should. Alright, Adept, I'm cool with that. And put in some
As you
more
wish, Lord.
Arbalists. So what do I have in here now? 2 drummers, 3 Arbalists. Hopefully I just pull the Arbalists. Hey, no! No, that's mine! Get that back! Alright, so... we can do the... Oh, no, we should do this first. If they don't kill that guy, me can get another kill. Shoot this one. This combo is freaking amazing. Just like endless damage. I mean, Arnold's damage does go down each time I get a kill, but still. Like, look at this nonsense. Ridiculous. Okay, I gotta play a card. I guess I'll play Isbel.
So much
hunger and suffering. For what?
Oh my god, stop stealing my arbalist, you jerk! Alright. Let's just... Oh, I got... shoot one of my own guys now.
One boat's all I need.
I just kill Isabel. Whatever.
Give me a time.
What else do I have in here? Alright, I might as well just pull them out just to have them, like,
Left, right,
taking up space.
left, right.
Arbalist to your
And
command.
this will still be a net gain of power, so I think we're pretty good. Wait, Iron Hope does have extra charges. How did that happen? I guess the loyalty thing must cause it to... No, that can't be it. I don't know. Doesn't normally happen, but it did that time. Your Majesty, I advise you to come no closer. This trench, it seems Nilfgaardian soldiers have repurposed it as a mass grave. I count nearly 24 bodies. Yeah, sure. Great. Right. Did we get this notice? Or we did, but we didn't get this thing. So, now we got lots of stuff. It's just a question mark?
Meve spied the outline of Malabon Castle on the horizon and turned Dur. True, no golden suns waved atop its towers, yet that did not mean those within supported her. Malabon belonged to House Obert, long in conflict with Meve's own, and with Meve herself.
Behind their ramparts. Do you see them, Reynard?
Asked Meve, shaking her head.
Countless ballistae, collecting dust, while war rages all around.
Perhaps the Oberts will lend us aid.
Reynard replied.
True, you've been at odds with them in the past. But perhaps now, faced with a common foe.
A common foe?
Snorted the Queen.
You mean Nilfgaard, to whom they opened their gates? Caldwell, whom they supported?
They supported me, Mother.
Willem said.
And I know they share my disappointment with General Epdahi's actions. When they see I now stand by your side, they might forget old wrongs.
Okay.
The things I do for the good of my realm.
Meve sighed.
So be it. Reynard, send a runner to the castle. Tell the Oberts their queen seeks a word.
Moments later, the castle's heavy iron gate creaked open. Meve rode into the cobblestone courtyard, where Margravine Greta, head of the house, greeted her. Although, greeted is perhaps not the right word, for Lady Greta granted her only a barely perceptible nod.
What can I help you with, Meve?
The war, my dear. The one being fought outside the walls of your castle.
Greta smiled to herself, then intertwined her brittle, ring-covered fingers.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
It is a vassal's sacred duty to serve her liege, and
my liege is King Willem.
Greta calmly retorted. Hearing his name, Willem stepped forward.
I wish to add my name to my mother's entreaty,
said the prince.
We tried to pact with the Empire, We trusted General Epdai's promises, and he broke them, one after the other.
Margravine Greta dropped her gaze. The Oberts had lost lands, their serfs had been deported. Under Nilfgaard's rule, they had lost no less than the other great families.
We can brook no further delay. We must strike, united with all our might. Only thus can we retain hope for a victory.
Mine is long lost.
The noblewoman replied in a whisper.
I watched from my tower as their troops marched past. An endless sea of black plate. But you are right, Your Majesty. At some point, one must say enough. Even if that is one's last word.
Willem grasped the Margravine's brittle hand and bowed.
Thank you. On behalf of myself, my mother, and all our land.
Meve left Malabon Castle reinforced by the Oberts and reassured by Willem's actions. If earlier she had harbored doubts about forgiving her son his betrayal, now she was convinced she had done the right thing.
There you go. Oh, we got a card. I was wondering if this was gonna, like, actually have an impact. I guess it does at least a little bit. Weren't there no... I swear there were no Guardian flags in here. I guess under other circumstances you end up fighting the Guardians, probably. Okay, so... Ooh. 6 damage every turn? That's really good. That's really good. It's on average. It's on average better than Arnulf, probably. Though Arnulf gets better when the situation is worse, so that, you know, it's good. But, I mean, I don't want to take him out. I'm just observing. I already like what's in my deck a lot. I could see taking this thing over, like, the Runestone, actually. Because it can set up the runes, or it can set up stuff about as well as the Runestone. But I can do it on a repeated basis. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I'm gonna do that. I'll start with 1 and see how I like it. I mean, not that there's much game left to see that, but I wish I could upgrade that thing. Plus version. That was sweet. Such luck.
We march with you, Lyrian beside Rivian, together at the Blackclads. War. War, what is it good for? Absolutely not. Prince Willem speaks true. No more bending. An end to concessions. Prince Willem speaks true. No more bending. An end to concessions.
Alrighty. Oh, that one. Well. I need that, but it's fine. Elf Guardians over here.
Meve now reached Willowhain, a settlement she knew well, for it lay near Waldenrad, where in peacetime she would go to escape her queenly duties and enjoy the thrill of a hunt.
Pheasant,
Mar-a-Lago.
grouse, and partridge in abundance. You will see,
said Meve in muted excitement, pivoting in her saddle to face Gascon. Alas, it appeared the war had ravaged even these woods. Where life had stirred and grown tall before, only resinous trunks remained. And the village itself had lost its quaint allure, surrounded now by a double stockade, a golden sun fluttering above it.
Bastards couldn't even let the damn trees be.
Gascon seethed. A dismal scene, her once cherished wood, and it weighed heavily on the Queen's spirits. Waldenrad had been a place removed, where she could rest and forget the weight of her crown. Reynard's voice roused Meve from her sad reverie.
A Nilfgaardian garrison holds the village,
he said.
We ought to drive them out. Avoid any surprise later from the rear.
Sure, let's get it.
Give the order to attack, but none is to play the hero. We shall breach or topple the stockade together. Senseless to perish so close to home.
Reynard nodded. Moments later, the Lyrians rushed forth and attacked.
The Battle of Willowhain. Meve recalled her first hunt in Waldenrad nearly 20 years ago. She was young, naive, and newly married to Reginald. Now the forest had been razed, Reginald was dead, and Meve shared little in common with the starry-eyed girl who first arrived at the Lyrian court. Arrived at the Lyrian court? Was she not, like, by inheritance the queen? Was she the queen by marriage? I guess that would make some sense. I also wonder whether there was, like, maybe she's Rivian... was the Rivian queen and he was the Lyrian king? Something like that? I don't know. Shorten battle. Visiting the ambassador. Okay, so that's some annoying stuff that we have to deal with at the start. We got 2 bombers. Like that. Oh, shortened battle too, so... Actually, that makes me wonder whether I should redraw one of them. Yeah, I think I should. 2 adepts. That's pretty good. We got Reynard, so 1 drummer is good enough. So we got 1 bomber, the ballista. Yeah. This is looking pretty good.
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes! Follow me!
Order!
Alright. Oh, these guys only care about the ranged row. Okay. So I think we want to burn the back row first. I think. Or maybe we want to burn the front row first because we're going to decoy into the back row and these guys might die before we...
This could hurt.
I mean, like, I don't care about this guy's damage coming in if, like, I'm just gonna decoy the guy out anyway.
Oh. Very glad! Life is mine now.
Excellent. That's what I like to see. All right.
Watch your heads.
And he goes down, which is perfectly fine. So now we can throw down some adepts and buy ourselves some more time.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Huh? Well, no, because we can get multiple. We should still go with the Arbalists.
Rise,
burn, 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 burn.
As you wish, milady.
Burn, burn, burn. turn. Okay, so these guys have built up quite a number of charges, and they're gonna like pound anything that comes down into the ground. All the armored cavalry aren't plus kind, so they aren't gonna actually deal damage to me. So I don't care as much about boosting them. That is good to know. All right. What I wanted to look at. These guys are 12s. Yeah, if I play the drummer now, he's just gonna die. Arnholf might be able to take the damage. Like, it's 12 damage. And then some more damage when they... Yeah, I guess he's really not going to be able to take the damage. So maybe I just play this Arbalest here. Let them kill that guy. Do a bit more damage.
I'm a boss.
Spend all their charges. Think harder, Mr. AI.
Ass.
Not quite all their charges. Okay. I'll let him put some damage on Arnholf.
Wanna know why I got my star?
I mean, it's gonna be a lot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would really like to kill one of these guys. Oh, wait. Oh, can I have a mulligan on that? I should use the Cadaverine in these 3. Oh well. I mean, I wouldn't mind using it on the armored cavalry. Alright, I think... So right now, Arnholf can do 8 damage, which is enough to kill one of these Arbalests. So I think what I'm gonna do is Cadaverine this guy, and this guy. Oof. That way there's only one guy boosting himself like crazy. Alright, now that I've gotten those couple guys out of the way, hopefully I can stop using commands for a little while until I'm ready to take this guy out. Oh. What do I do about that? Probably not a whole lot. I doubt I can bait him with some other unit.
Left, right, left, right.
prescription. A bit of bloodletting.
Oh, I can bait him, and he passed, so he can't use his ability anymore. Okay, excellent. So now I can just play this. Alright, so... This guy only boosts himself by 2 every time order gets used. Arnulf can damage him by a lot more than that. Well, although I want to kind of kill this thing first. I guess there's no reason to do damage. I mean, I might as well let the fire burn them this turn and then just go all in next turn. Although, well, then I waste Arnulf's shot this turn. Yeah, maybe I go ahead and just hit him like this. Does a little bit. Okay. So... I want to kill this thing. So I can do 6 here, and then 3, 2, 1. Oh, actually it's... Alright, another drummer and an arbalist.
Again and again.
We must trust each other.
Right. Trying so hard on this guy. I mean, I'm still gonna be gaining damage. Meanwhile, every time I activate this thing, I'll do damage to these guys. I'm gonna summon more guys, so I think it's fine. A bomber. I don't need a bomber.
Armor's a waste of time for one like me. Probably the wrong strategy, because he keeps getting armor. I should probably be focusing on anything but that guy. I mean, I actually already had the lead, so I could just, you know, stop here.
Rivia is ours! Ours!
That was definitely the wrong way to do it, but whatever.
When the battle dust had settled, Neve instructed her soldiers to gather Willowhane's inhabitants. Upon spotting their armed liberators, the common folk cowered in terror.
No longer need you fear.
The Queen shouted.
No longer must you worry about homes and loved ones. The war's nearly done.
Of a sudden, a villager dropped to his knees and raised his hands to the heavens in supplication.
Trache! Guide my queen!
Neve broke off oddly, baffled by the man's outburst. And then it dawned on her. The Rivians of Willowhane had been driven away. Taking their place, Nilfgaardian settlers brought in to transform the near-subsistence plots of local peasants into great estates producing for the Empire. Reynard managed to grasp the essence of the Nilfgaardian peasants' frantic pleas.
They wish to stay. They've come to love the land. They pledged to renounce their emperor. swear allegiance to you as their rightful ruler. They...
Boy, that's a lot to infer from like 3 words.
Meve had stopped listening. She turned to survey the hamlet. The walls of the huts freshly whitewashed, tools neatly arranged, flower beds well tended. A young girl of 6 or 7 summers peered out from her hiding place in a sunflower patch.
Your Majesty?
Asked Reynard, having noted that Meve's mind had wandered.
What are your orders? What shall we do?
Oh, man. I mean, ugh. This is like an even more fraught decision than a lot of the other stuff, because, you know, if you drive them off, there's certainly kind of like a racist, intolerant undertone to that. If you let them stay, though, you definitely run the risk that, like, you breed tension and ill will and things between the settlers here and people around them, like, over the coming generations. And even if they're genuine in their intentions to, you know, pledge loyalty to Rivia or what have you, like, over time they might change their mind about that when they're, you know, not well treated by their neighbors. So, ugh, it's a pretty bad situation all around. But once again, I just really have a hard time getting behind doing racist things, so I guess I'll let them stay.
They can stay on 2 conditions. Tell them. For 15 years, they'll pay double the tax. And if any of the previous inhabitants return, they're to be given their huts, lands, and any crops produced in their absence without delay.
The Nilfgaardian settlers accepted the terms with relief. Meve soldiers with markedly less enthusiasm. As the force left Willowhain, the troops made a show of knocking aside any food or drink the peasants offered.
Hail, Reina, Maeve! Here, Eaglewa!
I mean, maybe they're a small enough group that over time people will kind of lose track of the fact that they're...
Clar and Lyria and Rivia! Eslain Kerre, Sherlain, Marantaich, Stermat Avain.
Okay.
Eslain Kerre.
And from what I understand of the Nilfgaardian resettlement stuff, like, the people who are doing it aren't even necessarily, like, choosing to, per se. I mean, they might sign up for, like, some kind of program, but, like, there's definitely, like, it's organized from the top.
Let me tell you of Ravenclough, a quarry Meve passed by. A quarry with a dark history. For years earlier, its wall had collapsed, burying dozens alive. Scholars summoned from Oxenfurt were unanimous in their findings. The rock was fragile, further digging would likely cause slides. Meve had heeded the scholars' advice and closed the quarry by royal decree.
But...
Yet now, as she neared it, Meve could hear the even tap of pickaxes. She dispatched scouts to investigate. They returned promptly, their faces sullen, their cloaks blanched with a fine limestone dust.
Quarry's open anew, Your Grace. Nilfgaardians. They've got folk in the pit working it. Appear to be from the surrounding villages.
Interesting. Their engineers have found a way to render it safe. Secure the walls.
I'd say that's right unlikely, Majesty. Judging by the fresh graves we saw.
My son. I trust now you see the superior culture Nilfgaard has brought.
Said Meve, turning towards Willem. In answer, the prince merely dropped his head. The queen then turned to Reynard, as ever at her side.
Reynard, what do you advise?
As a soldier, my queen, I'd advise against any kind of assault. The terrain's hard, unsuitable for a fight, and we've little to gain from a victory. As a man, however...
Yes?
To leave our folk in chains, in that death trap. It wouldn't be right.
If I were to calculate in heart and mind, keep note of gains and losses...
Began Meve.
I'd bend the knee to the Imperials, just as Willem did. But bloody arithmetic won't dictate my course. For I do what's just. I do what's right. Follow me!
Her troops followed without hesitation, swords in hand, their hearts afire.
Never tell me the odds. Meve confirmed as Han Solo. The battle at Ravencleft. Meve had expected easy victory. From her scouts' reports, she learned the Lyrians held a considerable numerical advantage over the invading forces. Yet the Queen had not foreseen one critical Nilfgaardian strategy, the use of chained captives to fight opposite their own countrymen. Eliminate all slave drivers. I will do so happily. Shorten battle, special rules. I assume that is the only special rule. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it doesn't even have a little doodad. Okay. Damage an ally by 4 and boost all other allies by 1. Slave Hunter. Move the lowest enemy next to this unit. Block it. Okay. Alright, that's too many Arbalists for sure. That's too many bombers for sure. Probably still too many bombers. Three drummers, that's also probably too many. Reynard, excellent. I think I can roll with this.
Those Horsens. Forcing my own subjects to fight us.
Wise choice.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's, I guess, set fire to the front row so we can get some damage on that.
Watch your heads!
Guy.
Order!
Yes, yes, waste your ammunition.
Oh. Life is mine now.
Your Grace, if we begin killing the overseers, the laborers will turn against them.
I'm working on it, Reynard. I'm working on it.
Catch!
Okay. We can power up the Sea Hill, but I don't think that's really worth at this point.
Ha! Used to be I hunted game. Men bring more coin.
That's all fine. Alright.
As you wish, lady.
Let's some more Arbalists in our deck. Burn, burn, burn.
Jericania, source of the best goods.
They still got a lot of charges, like a lot of charges. Holy crap, do they have a lot of charges? How many of them would they expend on this guy? 5. And they've got 9. Man, those things are threatening. Ugh. I could potentially cadaverine them though. This guy is already in range. These two... Yeah, let's,
One bolt's all I need.
shoot that guy. Consider using this to activate it next turn if I need to. Yes. Really close to taking out all these slave drivers, actually. And that was the special rule, right? So 1, 2, 3 of them are here, and another 3 are dead. I mean, yeah, I'm not really gonna have to do a whole lot else, but I'll go ahead and pop these 3. Boom, boom, boom. Let the fire consume you! I'm just gonna do this and see what happens.
The overseers are dead, Your Grace.
Okay.
The Lyrians handily dispatched the Nilfgaardian overseers, more trained in the ways of the whip than the sword. Those who survived now found themselves shackled in the very chains they'd forced the peasants to wear. Peasants. Oh, unfortunate souls. The cruel labor in the quarry had taken its toll. They stood before the Queen, shrunken to skin and bone, clothed in tattered rags, their eyes reddened by dust. But in those eyes burned a brilliant fire.
Huh?
Your Grace, them black-clads treated us like dogs, stripped us of dignity. So we beg you, give us arms. Let us march neath your banner. 'Tis a chance at revenge we seek, we want.
Reynard leaned towards Meave and spoke in a scarcely audible whisper.
Majesty, they've knout. Not boots, not even foot wraps. To equip the lot, train them, would cost a small fortune.
I'm sure we can afford it. Yeah. Yeah, it's no problem.
'Tis true. They've nought to their names,
said the Queen.
have few skills to offer and little strength. But to look in their eyes is to know they'll never flee, never throw down their arms. Such recruits are worth coin in any amount.
Emaciated, downtrodden, the peasants met the Queen's offer with gratitude. They relished the thought of facing their tormentors in a fight.
I mean, I would rather send them home, but it's not clear that I had the option to, like, you know, help them get back on their feet that way. Okay, what's this? We have a new report. Quarry Foreman's notes, translated from Nilfgaardian. Day 1, resumed operations. Day 12, northern wall collapse, 12 deaths, 7 injuries. Day 20, sent for more slaves. Day 26, received slave transport, many decrepit and unfit for labor, assigned them 1/3 rations. Day 30, eastern wall collapsed, 7 deaths, 5 injuries. Day 32, sent for more slaves. Oh, that's great. Oh, okay. And then we got a new card. Scary looking eye, but not the one with the worm in it. Oh no, is that? Yeah. Seize a bronze unit. Yeah. I mean, it could be good. I mean, in general, I don't know. Well, it has to be bronze, and I have no idea which of the enemy units are bronze and which aren't. Alright, so what else do we have left to do over here? A couple more battles. Yeah, we aren't making it across that bridge in this episode. Is this going to be a long one? It might be. I think I'll cut it here. It's not quite an hour, but who knows how long this fight will take. So, yeah, as expected, I didn't make it across the bridge in this episode, but I'm going to guess, you know, we clean up these, get across here. Yeah, we might be able to finish this in 2 more episodes. Probably 3, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Thronebreaker.